V8 BMW underneath the bonnet, turbo, 900 horsepower. What more do you want? Well, you want it onto the wall, back bumper flying. That's what we want anyway. And there we go. Marco Zakouril getting the job done so far. Nicely through that inner zone. Nice transition back. Weird on the timing, but made it work nevertheless. As Zakouril now puts back bumper to wall once again, comes through, looks for the touch and go, gets it done, fires down to outside zone 5. Will he get there perfectly? He does. Look at the entry to outside zone 5. He got that one absolutely dialed as he puts the tail lights of the wall across the line.
Like, everyone here is unbelievable, and now Marco Zakouril is going to be even more unbelievable. He sits with a 92 in 10th place, the Czech driver in this BMW M2, firing in very, very late initiation, a little double initiation on the handbrake there, as he sends the back end into the wall. Look at the speed of this car through the course as he transitions on the, look at that on the inside zone. Is he, oh, little wobble on the transition. I don't blame him. He came so close to that wall. You can see as he fires through here, this is an aggressive run from Marco Zakouril as he transitions through, just about gets to the touch and go. Transitioning back here, Zakouril puts the foot to the floor and always touch the wall, big touch with the wall. That's going to be an error as he fires. And look at the aggression around the circuit as Zakouril leaves nothing to chance. Hits every single wall on the track. He's not afraid to throw down here against Zakouril.
No, certainly not. Look at this. He goes for it. Goes for a big dive up to the door already as Zakouril gets into that first long outside zone. Max Miller parks up on the inside, parks on the door. Now gives him the room to transition through that inner clip. They fire back through, and Max Miller stands on the accelerator. He knows he needs to keep proximity with Marco Zakouril. We can't let him get away. Both back ends of the BMW buried into the wall as they come through the centre of the circuit. Miller takes a little cheeky dive. He edges that car in, squeezes the throttle, looks for the side of Marco Zakouril's 2 Series and finds it across the line.
Oh, Max Miller hitting, punching, slamming. So here we go. Let's switch it up a little bit. See who can make, can Zakouril go close?
Well, we know he can go close. Can he go close without making contact that upsets that lead car? And we're going to find out. Look at that, almost contact on initiation. Max Miller fires in, looks for the outside line and gets there nicely. Max Miller on a ripper already, but Zakouril tucks himself up on the inside and a nice transition. And look at Zakouril, timed it perfectly to snap up onto the door of that white BMW as he fires through outside zone 4. Tail lights scrunched into the wall as he gets the stop and go. And then back into it once again as Max Miller finds outside zone 5. He plants the car to the wall and Zakouril repays the favour.
Something. Here, could this be the night? Czech Republic, Japan, get ready, here we go.
Yeah, here we go, Dave. Look at this from Zakouril, though. He's high out the gate already, smoking the tyres, tries to upset Nakamura as Nakamura looks for the door of that BMW 2 Series. But look at Nakamura, he's hungry, he wants it, he's absolutely glued to the side, but he might have upset himself there on that transition, gets himself back into it, though, as Zakouril shallows up the angle as he heads into outside zone 4. Nakamura glued to the door as Nakamura is taking no risks. He wants to seal the deal. He stalls up once again, and he gets back into the fight. As Zakouril leads him into the final outside zone, Nakamura takes a dive to the door.
I love how Marco Zakouril was Naoki Nakamura's brakes. Marco Zakouril in the chase, and he's going for it here. Zakouril jumping off the line. He's not going to let, looks to me like he is going to try and waver his way, and he goes in a weird angle from Zakouril in the chase, and Nakamura with not a lot of angle into that first corner. Nakamura coming out of that zone very early. He's very fast, Nakamura, but he's not on a lot of angle. Zakouril almost smashes the front end off the car off the inner zone. Back out we go. Big angle from Zakouril to slow the car up as now we come across. This is where Zakouril's going to make the move. It's a late move, and it's a brave move from Zakouril. Goes through, and look at this, Nakamura in the wall, Zakouril in Nakamura, and how are they still going after that absolute?
Battling hard, he's been driving harder to try and get back into that, and he would love nothing more than this evening to beat Peter Vincek for a spot in it. He was the higher qualifier. Zakouril fires in, Vincek onto the door, and now we start to feel the pressure. Final battle after final battle, and Zakouril fires through. Doesn't even make sense what Vincek just done, but look at this, both bumpers, both rear ends tucked into the wall. Oh, and some separation. It's broken the front wheel. Vincek snaps the front wheel on the car and puts it into the wall. Zakouril drives away, nothing makes sense. Rip the book up, it's done.
What happened? How? That's it. He broke the front wheel. No steering, he made him all steering. All we know is they're going to send him.
Well, here he goes, he's off the line. Looks like they're going to run the second half of the battle. I am not sure what is going on. This is absolutely unprecedented. Peter Vincek fires that car in. The wheel does wobble. There is a problem with the car, and he parks it in the wall. And Marco Zakouril will drive away with this one. Yeah, we can see it out of the window of our commentary booth. The wheel.
Peter Vincek just tried to drive that lap with no steering and one front wheel.
Yeah, pretty much, yeah.
That is just ridiculous. Zakouril wins, then Shanahan is the champion. Here we go. It's another semi-final here at the final round of Driftmasters. Heinen to lead in Zakouril.
Yeah, and here we go. Big flick from Laurie Heinen, and he fires it in. And look at this, Zakouril shallow, not in the outside zone. He's already bleeding points away from his score as Laurie Heinen looks rock steady and dialed in. Zakouril now starting to find some fame as he starts to wind it in, but once again he's out of the outside zone. It's scrappy from Zakouril. He's struggling against the Finnish driver as Laurie Heinen comes across the circuit. He kind of knows he's got this one in the pocket already. Zakouril makes a last-ditch dive at the door. He tries to turn the screw, but Laurie Heinen is flawless this evening.
Well, he's doing everything he can do, Laurie Heinen.
If Connor goes to the final, he wins. He needs to win that battle. Here we go. They're off the line through the gate, through the gears. Marco Zakouril knows it wasn't clean. Laurie Heinen on the back bumper. Now he's going to apply the pressure. Now he's going to show Marco Zakouril why he's on a championship drive for 2023. And he pushes Marco Zakouril close to the wall, into the outside zones. Laurie Heinen doing an absolutely superb job. Zakouril cleaner than he was before. Tight to the walls is his very nice lead line for Marco Zakouril. But all it's doing is opening the door, giving Laurie Heinen the opportunity to push him out of competition as Heinen goes for the rear wheel. Zakouril fires it to the wall, and Heinen once again is unbelievable.
That's unbelievable from Laurie Heinen.
They're on the line, they get the thumbs up, the light goes green. Zakouril drops the clutch, and here we go. The third and fourth place podium place awaits for one of these guys. Zakouril with a wild initiation. He's wider than anyone else before he gets into it, but that opens the door for Korpelinski as Korpelinski now goes for a brave transition once again across the circuit. Through they go into outside zone 4. Look at Korpelinski pushing Zakouril into the wall and around outside zone 4. They look for the touch and go, collected nicely by Zakouril as they get into the wall. Shallows up the angle, does Korpelinski, as he puts foot to floor and he edges the front end of that S4 in towards the door of Zakouril.
He is their last chance hero. Korpelinski to lead in Zakouril for a third step on the podium. Here we go.
They're through the gears, they go down, and a nice initiation from Korpelinski, but it's shallow and it's not as deep onto the wall as Zakouril, and Zakouril takes that opportunity. He sees a little wound, but he tags the front end and rips the car apart and puts the car into a spin, and Poland erupts.
The entire stadium knows what that means. Poland are going to the podium. Zakouril took it and smashed into that inner zone. He took the wheel off the car.